Finally, dialogue and really good writing like the original Netflix Daredevil series. It only just took 4 episodes, and it wasn't even the whole episode that felt like classic Netflix Daredevil. It was only in a 4-minute scene in episode 4 between Matt and Frank. But I'm just glad I felt like I was finally transported back to Netflix Daredevil in a scene that felt like it was a sequel debate of the rooftop scene in season 2. Once again, Frank is going at Matt, talking about his morals are bullshit, calling him candy ass hero bullcrap and all this other stuff. It was just really great to hear this moral debate once again explored in a superhero TV series, especially with these two characters who explored is killing the bad guys or keeping them alive the right thing to do. And Daredevil Season 2 explored that the best out of any other superhero project. Now in Daredevil Born Again episode 4, we once again get an exploration between Matt and Frank's ideologies. And now there's a new added layer to this because Frank feels like he can reach to Matt now. He feels like, oh, your friend Foggy died because you let a criminal live, and he's still breathing the same air that you're breathing. I just love that line, by the way, from Frank. Then Frank brings up his kid and talking about he hears his son saying, keep fighting the good fight and all that. I'm just like, wow, am I watching an MCU series with great writing and depth and bringing the characters into dark places and facing their trauma? Like, holy crap. And just the whole scene, I felt like it was improvised a little bit, maybe by John Bernthal and Charlie Cox, because I just can't believe that these writers would write something this strong and great. I could be wrong. I just know all the new added elements that came from our new writers have not really been that strongly written so far, aka the first 10 minutes of the first episode in Daredevil Born Again Season 1. Don't even get me started on that opening scene. Like, that opening scene was dog shit. Don't try to convince me otherwise. I mean, you can attempt to, but it was dog shit, and I understand the circumstances that they were given. They were probably not given a big budget for the first 10 minutes, but come on, I've seen short films that had like a $2 budget that were directed and written better than that first 10-minute scene. Foggy dying was done so fucking poorly, and I really hope they faked his death because it was just done horribly. And also, what the fuck is this shit?
No! God knows I want you, but you don't get to destroy who I am!
You don't remember me. You killed my father.
End it. End it now. Kill him.
What?
Kill him.
I can't do that. No, I can't. I need to call the police.
I don't kill anyone. People don't have to die.
Come on, Red, you believe that?
I believe it's not my call, and it ain't yours either.
Very traumatic event, which is gonna change Matt Murdock's life for the rest of his life. I think he'll probably never be the same again. It's brutal. I'm still not convinced it's the right thing to do.
I can't believe that they had Matt attempt to kill Bullseye. He threw him off the goddamn building. Like, that was such a character assassination. It was bad enough that you kill Foggy, but then you want to character assassinate the main character who had 3 years of buildup of not doing this. Like, what were they thinking? I knew when in the trailer he said a line has been crossed. I had a feeling they were going to have Matt attempt to kill somebody or something along those lines, even though Bullseye's still alive. And in a way, it kind of ruins this beautiful scene in episode 4 because, once again, Matt has his morals and ideology about not killing, but then he throws Bullseye off a frickin' cliff. Unless Matt somehow knew he was going to survive, which I don't think they've explained that, then that makes this episode 4 scene not make much sense, and the first 10 minutes was even more mind-boggling. Daredevil attempting to kill Bullseye just does not exist to me. It's not in my headcanon because it just doesn't make any sense based off the character we saw in Netflix Daredevil. But that's just my perspective. Maybe you have a different perspective on that. In my headcanon, Bullseye just slips on a banana peel and fell off the fucking building. But I'm not going to let any of the bullshit that's been going on with Daredevil Born Again ruin this beautiful scene. We finally get some great dialogue and things from Netflix Daredevil, like Punisher is literally calling Daredevil Red. I just love that, by the way. I love that nickname from Netflix Daredevil, and I love the nickname returning here. But you could just see Frank just reaching out to Matt, be like, you see my point of view now, right? How could you let this guy, this piece of garbage, still live and breathe? And also in this scene, Punisher breaks Matt. Matt punches Frank in the face, and rightfully so. Like, once again, Frank is trying to get a reaction out of Matt. Just like in the rooftop scene in Daredevil season 2, he's trying to make Matt react like him. He's trying to bring the devil out again because he knows Daredevil's once again been away. And then Matt's reaction, punching him and afterwards apologizing, this whole scene felt real. This felt like a real conversation. It didn't feel scripted. This felt authentic, and it felt like these were two characters really struggling with their ideologies and just what they're feeling with their mental turmoil. Like, look at my man John Bernthal's hands in this scene. His hands are doing so much acting. Like, can we get an Oscar nomination for these hands? Like, my God. In all seriousness, John Bernthal kicked the hell out of this scene. Such a great performance by John Bernthal. Then Matt has the final comeback with, his line about Foggy, and he's a better man than both Matt and Frank. Just this whole scene was brilliantly written, and the performances were absolutely fantastic, just like Daredevil Season 2 in terms of performance. The writing was really strong, not as strong as Daredevil Season 2 or anything from Netflix Daredevil.
You know you're one bad day away from being me.
But still, this scene was really great. It felt like a nice sequel to Daredevil Season 2 rooftop scene and many other scenes between Matt and Frank in Daredevil Season 2 in many ways. The only difference here is the color grading is dog shit. Like, it hurts my eyes looking at the color grading from this scene and just from this whole entire series. I literally have to go on my TV settings and crank the contrast all the way to 100, and it somewhat looks like Daredevil Netflix show. Whoever decided to make this show so colorless and lifeless, I just disagree with your decision. I think that's what made Netflix Daredevil so unique and special. The colors had meaning, and everything looked so vibrant and filled with life in this really dark show. Anyway, we need more scenes like this in Daredevil Born Again. Hopefully this is just a tease for really great things to come, especially for Daredevil and Punisher. I'm pretty excited now to see more of this dialogue between these two great characters be explored in future episodes. I want more of that ideology debate talked about more and explored more. And once again, it's really nice to see Matt grieve for Foggy. Hopefully we actually get to see that in more episodes like we see in this episode, but we probably will not because they're using old footage from the original creative team, and the original creative team had no mention of Foggy or Karen or any of the Netflix stuff. I don't blame the new creative team for that at all. That was just Marvel once again making a lot of bad decisions like they have been doing recently. But yeah, if this new creative team is writing stuff like this more often, then I think we have a pretty hopeful future for this series. Hopefully. I mean, I don't know what they were doing with the first 10 minutes. I don't think he even needed to kill Foggy off or need to come back with this big boom like they were saying in interviews. Like, I disagree with all that. The only thing I would accept is if Foggy was, secretly alive, he faked his death or something. I mean, I would still accept this series if it's good. Even with Foggy being dead, I still disagree with the decision. But it looks like they're using it for interesting creative ideas, exploring interesting stories, using Foggy's death. Right now we can't really explore that because the original footage can't really have any room to explore Foggy's death. Only reshot and added scenes can explore Foggy's death and the trauma it's giving Matt. And it looks like what the show's doing with Matt's grief is he's just burying everything inside, just keeping everything inside, and I guess it will blow up either at the end of the season or we'll have it be more explored into next season, which is out of character, but due to the circumstances I'll excuse the stuff that kind of doesn't make any sense. So Daredevil Born Again's first moment feeling like Netflix Daredevil was exactly what I've been looking for, and I just hope that we get more scenes like this. If not, I'm just going to be happy with this scene. I'm just happy that we get a sequel scene to one of my all-time favorite scenes in superhero movie TV history. So I gotta say, today I am a happy Daredevil fan.